I first stumbled across the sound, the music of Sweet Honey in the Rock back in 1989. I was singing with a chorus called the Great Lakes Men Chorus, a male only choir back in Detroit, and my entrance into the gay world. The first song I ever heard and sang by Sweet Honey was Ella's song. It goes, "We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes." I didn't know anything about Sweet Honey. I didn't know they were five black women and a sign interpreter. I didn't know they were founded in Washington, D.C. 16 years before from a vocal workshop. I didn't know that Sweet Honey in the Rock is an allusion to the Bible verse from Psalm 81. But you would be fed with the finest wheat, with honey from the rock. I would satisfy you. I only felt the truth in the words they sang into my very bones. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. This song and the words in the song were my introduction to social justice. I can only sing them from the deepest part of my soul. They are never offered casually. In my heart, these women in this song has been on every protest march and every demonstration, every gay pride parade, and every abortion clinic blessing that I've ever attended. Later, I was to learn more about these women, their mission, and the subject of their song, Miss Ella Baker. But that would take time because this was before the internet, of course, and I was in a period of my life where I had precious little access to things like encyclopedias. We who believe in freedom, though we are tired, cannot rest. Though we have worked 6 double shifts in a row at the restaurant, there is justice to be demanded. Though we would like, just for one news cycle, to turn off our antenna, we cannot rest. Why can't we rest? Because somebody out there needs a hand making it through all of the injustice of the world. I do not mistake my experience for that of black women or even black people. I am fully aware of my own light-skinned privilege and prison. I know that I'm not always seen as belonging to the masses of people who have had to beat back injustice to make my way. But the music and the writing, the dance and the artistry of the Afrofuturists and Afrofeminist movements has accompanied me and inspired me even when I was never their target audience. This has sometimes caused me to have conflict within myself. Who am I to add my voice to the voices of Sweet Honey in the Rock, singing and sometimes crying in my car? By what right can I claim a right to their power? Since my time in that course, I've kept up a steady diet of influence from these women who make up the Afrofuturists and Afrofeminist movements. The work of Octavia Butler has in particular been a powerful teacher. Butler was a brilliant writer and first African American to win the Nebula Prize, a prize for science fiction. I first discovered her voice in a trio of books where children of an alien race do not get their gender until puberty, and then they can be one of 3 genders. I finished my time with Butler in her last novel, Fledgling, in which the protagonist is a young black female vampire, but really that's too simple a statement to explain the story. In her novels, Butler examines the role of race, gender, class, and sexuality in her characters. Because of the kind of fiction she produced, she was able to pull us out of normal life, allowing us to break down barriers. I must say, I feel inadequate to the task of summing up the work of Octavia Butler in this brief format, but I do want to highlight one pair of books in particular. They are known as the parables, the parable of the sower and the parable of the talents. In this pair of books, we meet a woman from the future dystopian California in 2020, ironically enough, who creates a new religion called Earthseed. The story is told from the perspective of Lauren Olamina's daughter, who has clear conflicts with her mother. At the beginning of most chapters is a quote from Olamina's book. Here is only one quote from that book within a book. All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. There isn't space in a single sermon to explore all the wonders of the Afrofuturist movement, or even enough space to give all the credit to the challenges of the Afrofeminist movement. There is no exhaustive list of women that I can list because somewhere, someone is always going to find fault in a person's work, either included or didn't include or didn't know about. I have been inspired by, indicted by, and hurt by these movements in the last 30 years. Octavia Butler has almost always inspired me. I have been indicted by bell hooks and hurt that my efforts didn't seem like they were enough in the writing lectures by the UU minister, the Reverend Dr. Tendeka. Hurt that no matter what, no matter how much I wish to be in complete solidarity, there will always be a separation between myself and these women whose work has meant so much to me. I will never be one of them, and so I will never be able to fully understand their stories, their pain, and their joy. In the end, I realized that I don't try to claim a right to the power of these artists. It is more accurate to say that I am inspired by the light of their work, sort of like the way the moon is a reflection of the sun. My work, my spirit, my fierceness is a reflection of these women. The sun doesn't shine for the purpose of letting the moon reflect its light. No, the sun shines because it does. It burns hot and eternally, giving life to everything on our planet. The moon reflects the light. In a similar way, I hope that the light I can offer, though certainly lesser, can also help. The moon can lead the way home in the night. The moon can inspire. The moon is softer, but still her service reflects. Her light, too, serves a purpose. I am grateful to be able to, in whatever humble way, utilize the life I have been given by these women to give life to others.